Well, hello there. So, currently we are parked here in Hamburg, and we'll be flying this beautiful A350-900 by iniBuilds to Amsterdam today. It's a short flight, just how I like it for today, because lately I have a few issues with the sim where VNAV profiles don't really much with my sim brief reports, some issues with the weights and etc. So, and of course the dreaded WASM glitch that I had after a flight from Amsterdam to New York, 6 hours in flight, and when I passed WASM, I had the WASM crash. So for now, I will just do a short flight and hope that we make it to Amsterdam in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plane. So without further ado, let's start our refueling and boarding process. And once that's going, I'll do a quick walk around and we'll head into the flight deck to do our cockpit preparations and get out of here. And I certainly hope that everything is working as it should be today. So first let's do a quick walk around. Sensors are looking fine to me, clean, nose gear looking pristine, and the modeling of this aircraft is simply amazing. The Rostock Airbus 350-900, and of course it's a fictional livery, in this case the Centennial livery, which has not been released yet for the A350, I think, but I'm very happy to try it out. This is not looking fine to me. Yes, let's set it to sim brief and operate the jetway, because it would make more sense with the jetway attached, right? Not really working. Of course not, so let me do it in my, like so. Probably already too late, so no passengers will board our plane. Ah, we had a few artifacts here. This happens in Hamburg in 24. Probably because there has not been a real update yet for the sim. I think this is native to 2020. But then again, engine is looking pristine and in new condition. Wings are clean, ailerons clear and unobstructed. Nav light fully visible. Let's check our main gear left. I can see no hydraulic leaks from here. Tires are in pristine shape and brakes more than sufficient. Elevator and rudder seems to be fine. And even though my sim is running quite smooth now, I do get the occasional stutter with PSX, which is a well-known problem for many simmers. I don't mind really. And no hydraulic leaks, tires are okay and the brakes are more than sufficient. So let's start our right wing up. Ailerons clear and unobstructed. Let's see, and we have a working nav light. Then make a run to our right engine. Engine number 2. Pristine. So without further ado, let's hop into the flight deck. And get this plane started. So I did already set the emergency lights and external power, so batteries can come on. While we wait for our fueling to complete, then we can start our APU. Let's get our flight plan. she is. Let's get our wins. Insert it. Let's check our IRS. Okay. Then let's already set our departure. We expect runway 33 with the W Whiskey Sierra November 5 Golf. Let's see. There she is. It's set at a temp. And let's already set our arrival into Schiphol because it's a short flight, so probably won't change. It's 18 right for today with the approach, the bluff 1 alpha. Set that. Insert. Let's see if we have our discos and delete them. And that's it. Flight plan is set for now. Let's see, how are we? Totals already set. Let me just up. I will just, I'm not sure if it really works. Oh, it's grayed out, possibly because of GSX. But yeah, somehow I have some slight issues, to say the least, with basically the whole setup of the sim. Okay, so let's dial in our zero fuel weight. It's a 382.9er, 382.9er. Block fuel for today, it's 23.1, 23.1. Center of gravity, we have to wait a bit for that because we're still loading our luggage, so center of gravity will change. Let's remove this. 310. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. 310. There we are. Let's clear this. And right now it's 29.7. I'm sure it will be somewhere around 30.2, 30. Something. Let's take a look. Final boxes are getting boarded right now. It's a sheer beauty. Simply love the scenery, and I love this plane. And it's quite convenient because it's very well modeled. This whole area, the Netherlands, is very well modeled. So, and I am from the Netherlands, so pretty happy. Of course, Jetway decided to disconnect again. Let's see how it looks in the. I'm sure nothing is happening there with the way that I run GSX right now. Probably it's totally wrong and quite buggy, maybe. Yeah. So nothing is happening here. Okay, well, forget about it. After weeks and weeks of trial and error, and every time adjusting for a different plane you fly, I kind of get a bit tired of it. And I decided to just let it go. Otherwise, you'll be spending days and days fixing everything and you never get into a flight. And the whole goal is to become better at flying and find myself ready for VATSIM one day. So let's just, you know what, can I, and maybe one of you ask why don't you use like the integrated GSX in the EFB? Well, it's even worse when I do that. So yeah, complete now, like so, and now we have a center of gravity of, doesn't make sense. Okay, and my GSX just crashed, which is totally fine to me because I just want to get into the air. So let's set these again, just in case. Instant. And now our center of gravity is what I expect it to be. Yeah, perfect. 30.23. I think I will just stop using GSX for now, because that might be the root cause of all my problems. 32.23, enter that, and return, and let's set our departure is expected runway here is, oh, we already did that? Yeah, we already did that. So, I mean, let's set our performance. That's much more important right now. Let's see. Think FMS, are you working today? Yes, it is. This is also working. Let's see what free speeds we get. That's totally acceptable. 149, 149, 155. Let's confirm. So takeoff setting flaps 2. Flex can remain on. Anti-ice off. Flex point of 67 degrees Celsius. And that's definitely a go for me. So, passengers are seated, so quickly continue our flow. Set our fuel tanks. Start our APU. 1, 2, 3, go. And once that is running, set our APU bleed. And beacon can come on, and in normal scenario, when the beacon goes on, APU of GPU will automatically be disconnected. Let's take a look. Quite nice. So, can I? Yeah, much better. So let's do IFR map for this small little jump to Amsterdam. And while we wait for our APU to come online, let's ask for clearance. So radio can on, and let me check quickly because I need to have some little surprise in store. So the sounds are here, volume control, announcement off, perfect, and lighting of course full. Cabin language, we are Germany. I hope they will add Dutch to one day, because yeah, I'm very much Dutch. Doesn't really make sense because KLM doesn't fly A350 yet, but the first one is being delivered in August, so in the near future maybe
Oscar.
we get
0920 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 23, 15.
oh,
Wind 280 at 16. Visibility
no.
10.
No.
Scattered at 3000. Broken at 3800.
No, I did remove all my bindings, but ay. Let me do this like this. We don't need that. I'm very sorry for that. Set our constraints and ask for clearance. Good morning, Lufthansa 341, requesting IFR clearance to Amsterdam.
Ground to flight deck. Contact clearance on 121.805 for IFR clearance to Amsterdam.
Ah, I didn't see a clearance. So that should be it, because I didn't see it before. So I contacted tower. So ask again. Good morning, Lufthansa 341, requesting IFR clearance to Amsterdam.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Good. Let's close these. Do we have a parking brake set? parking brakes are on.
Lufthansa 341, Moin, cleared to Amsterdam via the weather 4 Delta departure, departure runway 15, initial climb to flight level
Moin.
050, departure on 120.54, squawk 2245.
Moin Moin, clear to Amsterdam via the WSN 4 Delta departure, departure runway 15, initial climb to flight level 050, departure on 120.54, squawk 2245, Lufthansa 341. Moin is like slang in the north part of Germany where I live close by.
Lufthansa 341, readback correct.
I'm very much happy that they use it here. Good memories from long ago. Let's see. Let's set our radios.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Lufthansa Flight 341, departing from Hamburg Flughafen to Amsterdam. This is Mara Meyer, your purser, along with my wonderful colleagues. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out to any member of the crew. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Always happy to fly with Lufthansa. So, I think it's about time we ask for our clearance. I mean our pushback and engine start, because yeah, APU set, beacon is on, strobe is on auto. Let's set our cabin signs as well. No smoking allowed on this flight unless it is auto, and seat belts go on. With that being said, let's get ourselves out of here. My Lufthansa 341 requesting pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa 341, pushback and engine start approved, face northeast.
Face northeast, and of course my GSX crashed. Ah, it does work. Awesome. Face northeast, Lufthansa 341. So, let's try that again. Hope it works. Do we have?
Hello, Captain.
Hello!
Ready for pushback.
Pretty good, I'd say. Chocks are removed. Auto brake is set. Speed brakes are armed already. Let's quickly, while they work on that,
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
removed. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. A checklist completed, and then let's see. Again, before starts, parking brake set, takeoff speed set, are armed. Let's already do that.
Locking gear.
Locking gear. Now should come up for a bit. And I just have this new setup with first time in my life I'm using actual rudder pedals. It's the cheapest one on the market and they're supposedly quite sensitive and crappy. But I'm enjoying it. I need to learn a lot though because it's very difficult and my landings are quite terrible. North.
Release parking brakes.
Herzlich willkommen.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Wir bitten Sie,
Start
sich mit den
exit.
Sicherheitsvorkehrungen vertraut zu machen.
We will now show you the safety features of this aircraft.
Achten Sie bei den Gepäckfächern darauf, dass
Here we go.
keine
Engine 2
Gegenstände
on.
herausfallen können.
Take care when using the overhead compartments, as items could fall out.
In Economy Class können Sie Ihre Tasche auch unter den Vordersitz schieben.
In economy, you can also stow your bag under the seat in front of you.
Schließen Sie jetzt Ihren Sicherheitsgurt und ziehen Sie ihn fest.
Fasten your seatbelt and pull it tight.
Ist ein Schultergurt vorhanden, legen Sie diesen zusätzlich zu Start und Landung an.
If your seat has a shoulder strap, kindly attach it for takeoff and landing.
Da jederzeit Turbulenzen auftreten können, sind Sie verpflichtet, sich anzuschnallen, sobald Sie Ihren Sitzplatz eingenommen haben.
As turbulence can occur at any time, you are required to fasten your seatbelt whenever you are seated.
Um sich wieder loszuschnallen, heben Sie den Verschluss des Gurtes an
To unfasten your seatbelt, pull up the flap.
bzw.
question number 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Dieses Flugzeug hat 8
Waiting your confirmation for
sind
good engine
entsprechend
start.
gekennzeichnet.
There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. They are marked accordingly.
Über aufblasbare Rutschen können Sie das Flugzeug im Notfall verlassen.
In an emergency, you can leave the aircraft via inflatable evacuation slides.
Sie müssen Ihr Handgepäck an Bord lassen.
You must leave your carry-on baggage behind.
Im Falle einer Evakuierung zeigen Ihnen Leuchtstreifen im Boden den Weg.
In case of
There she comes.
evacuation, illuminated strips on the floor will guide you.
And she goes.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Fallen Sauerstoffmasken aus der Decke über Ihnen.
If there's a sudden loss in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the panel above you.
Ziehen Sie die Maske herunter. Dadurch fallen weitere Masken aus der Decke.
Pull the mask down fully, and more masks will drop.
Sehen Sie ein rotes Band. Ziehen Sie daran, damit die Masken ganz zu Ihnen herunterfallen.
If a red strap appears, pull it down to release the masks.
Drücken Sie die Maske auf Mund und Nase und streifen Sie das elastische Band über Ihren Kopf.
Cover your mouth and nose with the mask. Secure it by pulling the elastic strap over your head.
Legen Sie immer zuerst Ihre eigene Maske auf.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass signal.
First, before helping others.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Lufthansa 341 requesting taxi clearance.
Sitz oder in Ihrer Armlehne.
Life vests are located under your seat or in your armrest.
Ziehen Sie die Weste über Ihren Kopf. Führen Sie
Lufthansa 341, Moin, runway 15 taxi via Zulu 1, Alpha 5, hold short of runway 23, then Echo 1.
Waist, fasten the clip, and pull the strap to tighten.
Okay, so taxi via runway, taxi to runway 15 via Zulu 1 Alpha 5, hold short of runway 3, then Echo 1. And while we do that, I hand over communication to my co-pilot,
Sie können auch den
so I can focus more on the flying itself.
Also blow into the red tube.
Rutschen
So,
als Flüsse benutzt
flight
werden.
checks
Slides can be used
are
to
tested, cabin crew
Das Rauchen auch
almost ready,
ist an Bord nicht gestattet.
takeoff cockpit, big test, let's wait for that. Do we have our before taxi checklist?
E-cigarettes is not permitted anywhere on board.
Anti-ice
Or
sets,
the charging of e-cigarettes.
flight controls did check, ground clearance received,
Landung schalten Sie elektronische
Checklist
Geräte in den Flugmodus oder vollständig aus.
taxi,
For takeoff and landing, electronic
sets.
devices must be set to flight mode
radar
or
is
switched
on,
off completely.
seatbelts up,
Sollte Ihr
takeoff
elektronisches
config
Gerät im Sitz
tests,
verschwinden, bewegen Sie den Sitz nicht, da das Gerät dabei zerstört werden kann.
If your
is
electronic
normal,
device
checklist
falls into your
complete,
seat, do not adjust your seat as this could destroy your device.
Wenn ein elektronisches
Parking
Gerät
brakes
beschädigt
off.
wurde, heißt
And let's get
Rauch
rolling.
entwickelt oder in Ihrem Sitz verloren gegangen ist, melden Sie dies sofort der Crew.
If your device is damaged, overheats, emits smoke, or gets lost in your seat, please contact the cabin crew immediately.
Laptops und andere schwere Gegenstände müssen zu Start und Landung im Handgepäck verstaut werden.
Laptops and other heavy items must be stowed in your carry-on baggage for takeoff and landing.
I need to learn not to rest my feet on the rudders,
Wichtige Sicherheitsinformationen finden Sie auf
but
dieser
it's
Karte,
very
einschließlich der
difficult, I
Schutzanzüge
think.
vor einer Notlandung.
The safety card offers important safety information.
Also my muscle memory is so wrong. Even though I never used them, I thought it would be like reversed, but it's not.
Zeit, um sie sich anzuschauen.
You can find the card at your seat. Kindly take a moment to look at it now.
In Kürze sind wir startklar.
We will soon be ready for takeoff.
Elektronische Geräte dürfen während des Rollens sowie während Start und Landung nicht mit dem Stromnetz verbunden sein.
Electronic devices may not be connected to the power outlet during taxi, takeoff, and landing.
Stellen Sie sicher, dass Tisch, Fernbedienung und Monitor korrekt verstaut sind.
Ensure that your tray table, remote control, and monitor are secured correctly.
Stellen Sie Ihre Rückenlehne senkrecht und klappen Sie die Fußstütze ein.
Put your seat back upright and fold away your leg rest.
Sie sind gesetzlich verpflichtet, den Leuchtzeichen, Hinweisschildern und Anweisungen der Crew Folge zu leisten.
You are required by law to follow all signs and any instructions given by the crew.
Bitte öffnen Sie zum Start noch die Sonnenblende.
Lufthansa 341, hold short of runway 23, A320 on a 1 mile final.
Vielen
Holding
Dank für
short.
Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.
taxi for takeoff.
We wish you a pleasant flight.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
KLM City Hopper, very nice Embraer. If you like aviation videos, KLM makes these small flight documentaries, and they just uploaded a 1-hour documentary in 2 videos about their retrieving their final Embraer City Hopper from Brazil, Sao Paulo, and it's just wonderful to watch. Quite busy. So let's see, do we have a visual on the traffic? Not yet. Maybe I'll trigger him again. Lufthansa 341, holding short, runway 23.
Lufthansa 341, cross runway 23.
Okay, see, sometimes that helps. Just have
Lufthansa 341, contact tower on 121.28 for departure clearance.
So it wants me to go.
Switching to tower on 121.28 for departure clearance. Lufthansa 341.
Runway 15. Now.
Hamburg Tower, Lufthansa 341. Good afternoon, holding short 15, ready for departure.
I'm a little bit screwed because
approaching runway 23.
that means I need to change my departure, and sometimes that causes a WASM crash. That didn't change. Insert.
Approaching runway 23.
Thank God, no crash. But with that, I also need to check my takeoff data. First. So let's set init takeoff speeds, confirm, because can only be longer, and I don't want to do the full check again. Can I? I can't. Wait. In that case, let's do quickly. Like so. Compute. I'm terribly sorry for this nagging situation. So, send to FMS. Confirm. Let's go. Let's get away over disco. Away with that. Normal procedure. I hear that within all the segments of your flight plan, you will get a disco, discontinuity, and you can remove them. But for the arrival, of course, especially when there's a manual involved in real-life procedure, you will get assigned vectors by the ATC. But for now, I'll just I removed that final disco as well, just to be safe, because I had some issues with getting in line of my my ILS when I was fully cooperating with ATC instructions. I've never been assigned this runway before in 3 years. First time. It's quite interesting. They are masters of modeling, and they're just masters of custom content for FS24. If Phoenix, BMWG and iniBuilds could like make a child together, it would be perfect. They all, like, their combined skills probably would make for the most awesome products for FS24. Maybe that sounds a bit weird, but I hope you know what I mean. Look at the windsock. Does that make sense? So I'm assigned cross tailwind departure. Well, must have something to do with the weight of my lovely little Airbus. So let's hold it here. My co-pilot is not
approaching runway 15.
Lufthansa 341 holding short runway 15.
Lufthansa 341 Heavy, Hamburg Tower, runway 15, winds 280 at 16, cleared for takeoff.
16, so that's 280.
Runway 15, cleared for takeoff. Lufthansa 341 Heavy.
Then I really don't know why I got this assigned this runway, but yeah, let's just go with it. Who am I to argue with ATC? I don't understand. Oh, taxi lights on. Let's set the let's leave them all out of. She's pretty powerful, so a little tailwind won't hurt us. I'm happy with that.
On runway 15.
Let's go.
Remaining 10,300 feet.
Stable. With this 800 knots. With this wind I need to make adjustments with my rudders here. Hard to keep it stable and rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Beautiful.
Lufthansa 341, contact departure on 120.54.
Set our level to climb. And autopilot can come up. Beautiful departure over Hamburg.
Lufthansa 341.
Let's take a look. Maybe outside.
Bremen Radar, Lufthansa 341. Good afternoon, climbing through 1000.
Beautiful. Okay.
Lufthansa 341, heavy, Bremen radar contact.
Flight level 210, Lufthansa 341 heavy.
Radar, can you give us our expected runway into Echo Hotel Alpha Mike? Lufthansa 341.
Lufthansa 341, expect the ILS runway 18 right approach at Echo Hotel Alpha Mike.
Perfect.
Expecting the ILS runway 18 right approach at Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. Lufthansa 341.
I find that I always need to check with say intention because usually approach gets changed and I hear it like when I'm already in my arrival, like way into my arrival and descent, and usually that means completely changing your complete course mid pattern. So I try to avoid that by just checking ahead, and I think usually that works pretty good. So I think we can give it a little bit more effect now.
Climbing flight level 260, Lufthansa 341.
Lufthansa 341, climb flight level 260.
Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude. You may now use approved electronic devices in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your patience and enjoy the flight with Lufthansa.
And up she goes. little look outside. Simply wonderful. Don't know why I've turned them off before, but now I do.
Lufthansa 341. Climb flight level 300.
So.
Climbing flight level 300, Lufthansa 341.
Which is a bit high, because we are in a very short leg here. Next thing, if I want to tweak something, it's cabin sounds in FS realistic. It's very nice, but if I can maybe make myself a voice spec where I don't hear Americans talking, it will be more realistic to me, as I usually operate the European and Asian flights. Actually, I never fly in America. South America maybe. I love the scenery there, but even in real life, it's just my personal preference. I'm not that interested in the United States, like not at all. So in real life, I never actually come across that accent a lot. Also in Amsterdam here, I used to usually avoid the city center. Because yeah, it's always busy, it's always very touristic, and not very convenient if you just want to go for some shopping or just your daily stuff. And if you prefer me to not talk so much in the flight back, please let me know. I will try to shut up for a while in my next videos. But yeah, I like to share a bit of basically what is the start of a hopefully nice journey in the flight simming community. I just invested in a system that I can finally utilize to get the most out of the flight sim after years and years of being under-equipped. I visited the FS weekend 2 weeks ago in Lelystad, so I met with the community and many developers, and it made me really fall in love a lot more with the community. It's wonderful to see how diverse it is and how many like-minded people there are, and I will feel really connected with this flight sim community, and that's why I hope through making YouTube videos and streaming I'll yeah, meet some like-minded people and hopefully some friendships on the way. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, that's way too American. I'm so sorry for that. No, 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 no. I don't know, it triggers me. I'm so sorry if you're from the... it doesn't mean that I'm against it. I mean, I was in Bangkok...
Lufthansa 341, expect the Blue Fin 1 Alpha arrival. Anticipate descent in about 15 minutes. If you'd like to descend now, just say the word.
That's perfect, that's just what we need. I met some very nice people from the States back in Bangkok, and they...
Expecting Bluefin 1 Alpha arrival. Will anticipate descent in about 15 minutes. Lufthansa 341.
Lovely, lovely people, but somehow usually I'm a little bit scared of everything that has to do with... yeah. Their mindset and situations that are happening right now. And I just fell in love with mega cities in Asia. They have everything on offer. You can do anything you like. It's very convenient. The public transport is so good. Healthcare is really good. And that's why I love, also in the sim, to fly to Bangkok, to Singapore. Chengdu is amazing. Shanghai and Beijing also, and of course the new Hong Kong that has been released, especially in this A350. Those long haul flights are amazing. Quite bright. Am I right? Let's do like this. So we do start our descent way before our flight plan indicates. That's just to be safe, and our way of descent is a gradual, about 10,000, over about 1,000 feet per minute descent. So our VNAV Pro, we will catch up with our VNAV profile approximately halfway there, I think about 20,000 feet. And I must not forget to start my approach phase also at least 10 nautical miles outside, maybe 50 nautical miles before our ILS capture. So we have enough time to slow down, and we don't need to destroy our energy by extending our speed brakes. So let's check our weather. So in Schiphol it's 1018. That's set. And we do expect our runway 18 right.
Dear guests, we are now cruising at a comfortable altitude. The cabin crew will begin our snack and beverage service shortly. Be sure to try our delicious pretzels and refreshing drinks from the Lufthansa menu. After the service, selected items from the Lufthansa shop will be available for your enjoyment. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Thank you. So, let's set the category 2 and 3. Zoom in a little bit, and there is our top of descent coming, so I will definitely start it. Let's do 12 for now. Set that. And there we go. That's it. Optimal descent. That's quite hard. I think that's descent that allows for maximum speed. We don't need that. Descent to altitude. I think this will keep us steady until after a few nautical miles we will capture our glide slope, our VNAV profile. That gives us time to check the chart. So, let's see. ILS is 110.1, which is already preset. Course 181, and our minimum, as far as I can see, is 100. Our radio is 300, so we set it to 100. And what else can we see? What is our so we have a maximum of 220 here. That's okay. And we need to be at 2,000 feet. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. So destination approach data. We already set, let's see, 1018. Let's select this. So UNH is 1018, and let's see, 220 at 7 knots. 20. Oh, that's not what I need to do. 220, 7 knots, and our temperature 12. Pretty chilly in the Netherlands. Really, we can't wait to for our spring minimums to fully start. The approach speed is 1.6. Let's keep it here so we can start our approach at the right time. Almost in the Netherlands, and then we will actually fly right over where I live. six quickly. And of course we will also pass Lelystad, so in a few minutes we can see Lelystad Airport from our left side. And that's where we had our...
Lufthansa 341, contact Amsterdam radar on 118.805.
And that's where we had our flights in weekend. I will just set it to 2000 already. We will follow our profile and then we...
Contacting Amsterdam radar on 118.805, Lufthansa 341.
Are they still aren't? Oh, they are. My bad.
Amsterdam radar, Lufthansa 341. Good afternoon, descending flight level 260.
Lufthansa 341, Amsterdam radar identified, good afternoon.
So that's where we'll capture our VNAV. Beautiful how Airbus systems work. I just tried a flight in 737 PMDG. That's basically what my first study level aircraft that I ever purchased years ago. I barely couldn't handle myself because I'm so used to Airbus systems right now, and I found it quite intense. Massive workload, especially if you're on your own. And I did a flight from Vienna to Innsbruck, and I had it set for runway 8, if I'm correct, and mid-arrival they changed my runway, so I had to change my complete flight plan in the FMC while mid-flight and while operating ATC, and it was a lot. In real world, that would have been definitely the way I handled it. I would definitely had. They would definitely have had to revoke my flying license, but yeah, kind of panicked there. So let's. To me, this is almost like a spaceship. It's very, very futuristic, very, very user-friendly, I'd say. As a simmer, I'm not sure how it is as a real pilot. I don't think a real pilot would ever watch my videos, but if they are, then please let me know. This is also quite nice. So if you're deviating from your VNAV profile, our light systems will adjust speed between these two bars, and that's like basically the most economical way to make up for your VNAV and later maybe also your airspeed. If outside of these parts it doesn't work, then you have to apply the speed brakes, if I'm correct, and that's definitely something you want to avoid because it costs you more money. So quite interesting. One thing I'm not sure about is because in the A320 you will of course see the dots if you're on the localizer and VNAV, and so it's easy to see in what state you are descending. Here I still need to figure that out a little bit. let's set our QNH. And like I thought, between 21 and 23 we would capture our VNAV, and exactly at 21 we are on profile and our descent will follow accordingly. Quick look outside. I'm low, I think. I'm very sorry, but I will for a minute. And there we are. I'll take a look. I saw river. So over there somewhere, that's where I live. And here is of course Lelystad Airport that we will see in a few minutes. Always nice. Here, that was common. There's okay. So
Lufthansa 341, contact Schiphol approach on 118.08.
Contacting Schiphol approach on 118.08, Lufthansa 341. Schiphol approach, Lufthansa 341. Good afternoon, descending flight level 180.
Lufthansa 341 Heavy, Schiphol approach identified. Good afternoon, cleared RTAC 1 Delta transition. Expect the ILS runway 18 right approach into Schiphol.
Art 1 Delta. The transition.
Cleared RTAC 1 Delta transition. Expecting ILS runway 18 right approach. Lufthansa 341 Heavy.
Well, yeah. Don't really know what the difference is.
Lufthansa 341, descend via Bluefin 1 Alpha to flight level 100 RTAC 1 Delta transition for the ILS runway 18 right approach into Schiphol via RTAC 1 Delta QNH 1017.
Is it something? Let me see.
Descend via Bluefin 1 Alpha to flight level 100 RTAC 1 Delta transition for the ILS runway 18 right approach. QNH 1017, Lufthansa 341.
Via trans. Oh, so ILS 18, right?
Lufthansa 341, I can sequence you in better this way. Descend flight level 090, turn right heading 280 vectors for the ILS runway 18 right approach.
Bluff 1A. Art 1
Descending
Delta.
flight level 090, right heading 280 for vectors to the ILS runway 18 right approach.
So that's
Lufthansa
it?
341.
They want to vector me in. I'm
Ladies
not...
and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Amsterdam Airport Schiphol. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, fasten your seatbelts, and note that the usage of the lavatories is now not allowed. Thank you for your cooperation.
I will not. Of course, we are a bit high now because I inserted a beautiful transition here. And actually, that's what I like about ATC, because this never shows up in my sim brief flight plans. Maybe there's something that I do wrong, but I will definitely try to figure that out. And I will not follow our ATC instructions on our vector approach, because it's pretty much hit or miss. for me. And I'm not on VetSim, I'm not in real life, so let's just stick with it. And beyond, our say intention is pretty lenient on that. They will initialize my actual flight plan and change their communication accordingly. So let's set our landing lights on position. So let's go on. I really hope that this is all not too chaotic for you all. I'm really just passionately learning. Well,
Lufthansa
ladies
341, I need you below 250 knots.
Copy, Captain. I'll
But,
ensure the crew checks that everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts.
not
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning
visible.
our final approach into Amsterdam. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in their full upright position with your seatbelts fastened. The weather in Amsterdam is currently 13 degrees Celsius, overcast, but we expect a smooth landing. Our assigned gate is gate E19. Thank you for your cooperation.
Really? Can I? I like D43. Schiphol approach, requesting gate D43 on arrival. Let's see if that works.
Lufthansa 341, gate D43 unavailable. Gate E19 are assigned.
Schiphol approach, negative. D43 is too small. Gate E19 is too small for our A350.
Lufthansa 341, gate D43 and E19 are too small. I'll check for a suitable gate and advise shortly.
Terribly sorry about that. This way for a nice view. Pretty cloudy though. Did we just throttle up before throttling down again? Wow. Yes, of course.
Lufthansa 341, descend altitude 3,000 feet, turn left heading 255, QNH 1017.
Descending to 3,000 feet, left heading 255, QNH 1017, Lufthansa 341.
still a bit low on profile on purpose. Because usually I arrive, if I really follow our peanut profile, it has some difficulties catching up and you end up 2,000 feet too high. And it would be nice to finally have a successful approach. This is our decel point according to our flight plan with, you can see here, flaps 1 and 2 position. Of course we will start way before that. I think we will do our decel somewhere around here. Then this Airbus A350 is very clever because it will keep your airspeed at the level according to your flap position. So it will not decrease, for example, 180, 190 without flaps, and when I set flaps to 1, it will decelerate. Again, that's a really easy approach if you're simming and flying the cockpit by yourself.
Lufthansa 341 Heavy, 14 miles from Alpha Mike 621. Turn left heading 215, descend altitude 2,000 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 18 right approach.
Yeah, well, so expect me to drop 6,000 feet in...
descend to altitude 2,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 18 right approach. Lufthansa 341.
In 10 nautical miles. That, of course, is impossible. So we will keep following our path. I love this so much. But yeah, probably I did many things wrong, made many mistakes, but hey, I'm enjoying. But if you see something and you think like, hey, this could help you, please tell me. So I'm quite eager to learn. Cabin crew seated for landing.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
And with that being said, you know, let's start our approach. Hello? I just want to be safe. Yes. Before landing, suddenly all the these approach speeds and they're, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. But But then again, I'm not a pilot, so I might be very, very wrong. But if normally a 737 or A320 requires like 140, well, must be part of the reason why A330s and 50s are butter machines. Not when I'm flying though. So, 180. Let's set our flaps to 1. Flaps coming out. Beautiful. Easy and slowly. And I've heard that in real life, an A350, when there is a category 3 landing, you will stick with that. So might actually be doing a visual if we have a visual, but normal procedures would be like pull outer land on category 2 and 3. Actually, I never did that in the sim. Might be fun to try it. Cloudy. And there's our coastline. And let's arm our approach. Two as well. Two will land 3. Also, just in case, if I go manual, would be nice to see where we're going. I do expect. Come on, what do we? Not sure. We will definitely do that if it says so. Flaps can come to 3 and gear down. That will also help us reduce the speed. Little early. Actually, very early, but yeah. Now let's see if it captures our ILS. That's looking quite good. Way too early on the gear, but yeah. Yep, fully captured. Thank God. There we have the infamous Tata Steel.
Lufthansa 341, contact Schiphol Tower on 118.105.
Let's set our laps.
Switching to Schiphol Tower on 118.105, Lufthansa 341.
But we have a clear visual, so we might actually go for a manual.
341. Good afternoon. Established on the ILS runway 18 right approach.
Lufthansa 341 Heavy. Schiphol Tower. Identified.
I know that with the large 747,
2,500.
sometimes they use also the brake or the gear tactic to lose airspeed. So they extend the gear like way before. But I must admit I was very early on this one. Kind of panicked with FMS message to extend speed brakes, because there are too many cases lately where I miss my ILS and I have to start all over again. And if it takes for almost like an hour to set up for a flight, I am quite running short on time. Especially today. And let's go full flaps.
Lufthansa 341 Heavy, winds 230 at 8. Runway 18 right, cleared to land.
Amsterdam in the distance.
Runway 18 right, cleared to land. Lufthansa 341 Heavy.
Looking nice. Quite nice actually. So auto brakes are armed.
1,000.
Flaps full. Spoilers are armed.
Approaching runway 18 right.
She really wants to go down. Like in a good way. Touchdown. Not go down. Look at that. Beautiful. So, even though
500.
Cat 3 usually means out of land, let's take over control. I have control.
Sync rate.
100 above. Minimum 100.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Right on the
course. Knots.
Lufthansa 341. Contact ground on 121.655.
And let's roll out. Are we still what?
Auto brake off.
Okay, very well. That's what we need.
Switching to ground on 121.655. Lufthansa 341.
And welcome in Amsterdam.
Schiphol ground, Lufthansa 341. Good afternoon, cleared of runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Let's do that.
Lufthansa 341, Schiphol ground. Taxi to gate E. 19er via Victor 1. Victor, Victor Sierra. Victor, Whiskey 13. Hold short of runway 18 center. Then Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo. Alpha 22, Alpha, Alpha 14. Have a good day.
And we are still alive. So again, E19.
Gate Echo 19 via Victor 1, Victor, Victor Sierra, Victor, Whiskey 13, hold short of runway 18 center, then Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Alpha 22, Alpha, Alpha 14, Lufthansa 341.
Schiphol grounds, requesting a larger gate. Gate is too small for our A350, Lufthansa 341.
Thank you for flying with Lufthansa. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew,
Lufthansa 341.
thank you for flying with
Taxi to
Lufthansa.
gate E24.
The local time here is
Via
1:14
Victor
in
1.
the afternoon.
Victor.
For those with connections,
Victor
please note the
Sierra,
following.
Victor. Whiskey
Flight
13.
LH 420
Hold short of
to
runway
London
18
Heathrow
center, then
departs
Whiskey
at
5,
2:50
Delta,
from
Bravo,
gate
Alpha
E5,
22, Alpha,
and
Alpha
flight
14.
LH 350 to Frankfurt departs at 2:30 from gate E12.
Requesting gate D43. Is that right?
Gate Echo 24 via Victor 1, Victor, Victor Sierra, Victor, Whiskey 13, hold short of runway 18 center, then Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Alpha 22, Alpha, Alpha 14, Lufthansa 341.
You know what? I will just...
Lufthansa 341. Taxi to gate D43 via Victor 1.
Yes!
Victor, Victor Sierra, Victor.
I got it!
Whiskey 13. Hold short of runway 18 center, then Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Alpha 22, Alpha, Alpha 14.
Finally, it's doing what I wanted to do. Ah, sorry, I'm very happy. So, let's go to
Gate Delta 43 via Victor 1, Victor, Victor Sierra, Victor,
Delta.
Whiskey 13, hold short of runway 18 center, then Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Alpha 22, Alpha, Alpha 14, Lufthansa 341.
Thank God. I'm sorry. So. Yeah. I do have a chart here, but I always I kind of like this feature. It makes me feel VIP. And we are beautifully in. Whoa! Hurry, hurry, hurry! Any time now? Well, in that case, let's just get a move on. I'm sure he will catch up with us. And I'm not sure if I have the say attention bar on top of the screen turned on, but there should be appearing landing rate. It felt like a pretty, yeah, maybe 110 or something. I'm not sure. I will check it later. But it felt pretty nice. Buttery, I'd say. I hope that made up for many errors that I did during this flight. I wish that iniBuilds would create also a rendition of Schiphol, because Flight Tampa, what I'm using right now, I'm using many mods to make it work, but it's completely broken in FS24. And even with the mods, it's still not, yeah, since the new city update, it's not really perfect yet. But huge shout out, and I'm so grateful for the person who actually fixes everything, and he uploads these fixes to flightsim.to, and there are also some enthusiasts that kind of overhaul and make Schiphol even more realistic and up to date. And these people, they deserve also a Flight Sim award, because they're brilliant and they save our scenery basically. Yeah, otherwise we could have thrown it in a bin. Left. Like this. You need to be very careful or you will sink into that hole. Lufthansa 341, holding short, runway 18 center.
Lufthansa 341, cross runway 18 center, then continue taxi via Whiskey 5, Delta Bravo, Alpha 22 Alpha.
Left is clear. And right is clear, and I can already see the beautiful 777s.
Center, then Whiskey 5, Delta Bravo, Alpha 22 Alpha, Lufthansa 341.
In the most beautiful shade of blue in the world. Sorry. Let's do like this for now. Don't know why, but every time when I turn
approaching runway 18 center.
Clear. Clear. You know what can happen, but every time when I'm in the cabin and with to me it sounds like they're talking about Minecraft. Okay. Hello. Hey, hello. TUI
approaching
Dreamliner.
runway 18 center.
In the distance, we have American Airlines. EasyJets departing, and unfortunately due to what's happening in this world, I'm not sure if our traffic injector is up to date, but you won't be able to see any Qataris or Emirates parked. Normally there would definitely be a A380 Emirates being parked in a 777 or A350 Qatari, and that Qatari I usually fly myself, but not right now, unfortunately.
Approaching runway 9. Approaching runway 9.
Air China. Oh, a little bit on the brakes. Very sorry. Still getting familiar with these rudder pedals. That's over there, the gates where all the EasyJets are normally parked, and they deliver through all of Europe. So Valencia, Spain, Italy, wherever you want to go, you'll be mostly or departing from there or at the G gate with Transavia, which is what I usually do, because actually I've never flown with EasyJet in my life. Always for the short haul flights it's either Transavia or KLM. And since we now also have the 8321 Neo, it's a nice experience. Gonna miss the old 737s though, because they'll be replacing them all. And KLM is also replacing every, what are you guys doing? Every 777. And in August our first A350 will arrive. And I'm eager, very eager about that. Here's the TUI Dreamliner. She usually flies to Curaçao, Delta. That looks like an A330 to me. And yet another one. One of them to Boston and mostly one of them to Minneapolis. And we have yet another one surfing basically the whole of the United States. Cathay in the distance. From here to Hong Kong. And there we have one of our cute 737s departing. She looks very tiny. Must be like 700. Let's see, where are you going? Maybe to Copenhagen. EFRO. Let's see. And our gate is right over there. Start our APU. 1, 2, 3. I hope our free GTS is working. Because I've been going blind many times. Oh, this is E19. But I want. They clear me for D. Wait, I'm being very. Let's see, D. Oh my. I'll need to ask for, wait. Which one do we get? They did clear us for gates. Let's see. D43. Let me check my map. Can I do this? Yes. And then again. And let's see. I'm terribly sorry about this. Come on. EHAM. The airport. Not a briefing, I just want normal chart. Airport, so then D43. Delta over there. Okay, so to the right. We were going in the right direction. Yeah. Or is it? Wait. Is it? I have no clue. Where's my progressive taxi? G. This must be it, right there. I think it's this. Gee. Well, don't follow me for us today. Sorry that I'm being a bit clumsy, but I really want to experience like how it is to arrive with a at a gate where GSX is working. Actually, maybe I should do the most noob.
Roger.
Like this.
Taxi via Bravo. Alpha. Alpha 1-3. Now on Bravo. In 100 meters, turn right on taxiway Alpha.
Taxiway Alpha. It's this one.
Now on Bravo. Turn right on taxiway Alpha 1-3.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. So it's right over there, right? Actually, a nice feature like this. Because I was not sure if this was really like Delta. And now? Delta 43. Do I have a visual? That's E.
Recalculating route. Caution, traffic ahead. Turn right on taxiway Alpha 1-3.
I will just ignore that. I'm very sorry, my bad.
Recalculating route. Caution, traffic ahead. Turn left on taxiway Alpha 1-2. Now on Alpha 1-3. Turn right on taxiway Alpha 1-2. Recalculating route. Hold position. Traffic ahead.
I know.
Continue on taxiway Alpha 1-3. In 100 meters, turn left. Turn left. Recalculating route. Hold position. Traffic ahead. Turn left. Turn right on
There's nothing wrong with the size of these gates, so I don't know why GSX
destination straight ahead.
I don't know why GSX
Give way. Traffic is behind you. Progressive taxi completed.
I don't know why GSX said that the gate was not big enough, too small, impossible, because these are perfectly fine, these gates. I mean, this is where all the 777s are docked, and the A380s is like...
8101, expect runway 24. Taxi via Alpha 16, Alpha, Alpha 8, Sierra 7. Turn in on taxi path for you.
Okay, well, there we are. My. What a hassle. Terribly sorry, people. It's not even working. Oh yeah, it is. Good. How do I know? Okay, more, a little like that, like so. Too far. Let's set our parking brakes. If you please can come on, and then we can start our engines. Oh, very sorry. Starting engine. Turn up engine 1 and 2. Starting up. Okay, welcome to Amsterdam. Let's ground. Ask for our GPU and ask it's available. So like so. Then these can go offline and ask for deboarding. Let's see if our jetway is coming in. Oh. So no slides can come off. Let's release our passengers. Where are oh, they are there. Just so. Beacon off. Logo off. And like so. My oh my. What a why do I like this hobby? I love it actually. Welcome to Amsterdam! We made it! Beautiful! So, I don't need to go through customs because this has been a European flight, so I will get out of here before I'll have to merge with 200 passengers here. I wish you all a lovely Easter weekend. If you were watching, thank you so much. I hope it was not too stressful. And see you all later. Bye bye.